Hello, everyone. My name is Vincent Ronquillo, and I will be doing my presentation on the Great Flood of 1862. And to start, here on the top left, I have a picture of downtown Sacramento in 1862. And I decided to include this because it just looks like people are going about their day and having no issues about what's happening. They're not letting the flood affect their life. They're just getting in the boat and going around the town, probably checking on people. But I just thought that was really interesting that people were just riding boats through the town. And here on the next slide, I have how it all started. And this image shows the affected areas in California. And it mainly shows the three areas: the Central Valley, the Mojave Desert Basin, and the Los Angeles San Diego Basin. And this all starts with a very warm winter in December 1861 and January 1862. This was started with a series of storms that brought mass amounts of rain and snow to higher elevated areas in not only California, but also Oregon and Nevada. But in California, where the rivers were already full, this just caused many, many issues for them. And with temperatures warmer than usual on land and in our oceans, it was the perfect conditions for huge storms to occur. The jet stream was actually stuck in place and caused just mass amounts of rain to dump on California. And this took place over a 2-month period. And some reports say that it was 66 inches. Some reports are reporting the equivalent of 10 feet of water being dumped in just a period of 43 days. And as you can imagine, this caused many, many problems for the people in California, not only for residents, but also for its government. And here on the next slide, I have the effects the flood had on California. And the image here on the left shows destroyed homes and levees with rubble lining the streets of what looks to be someone's old neighborhood. And beneath that, we see a man floating on what looks to be a door or some kind of rubble next to his home in Santa Rosa, California. Much of the state was affected, with the center of California being under approximately 30 feet of water from areas near Redding all the way down to the lower San Joaquin Valley. At least 4,000 people were killed during this 43-day period in the flood. And in 1861 US dollars, this was $100 million in damages, which would be the equivalent of $3.1 billion in today's money. However, I just thought this was interesting because if this flood were to occur again today, there is massive amounts more population in this area and many more people will be affected, with much more costs and damages. So I thought that was interesting to include. On the next slide here, I have the aftermath of the flood and the affected areas. The Great Flood of 1862, there's a picture here on the top left that is a drawing depicting people going around the town. And on the bottom right here, what is believed to be an image of people actually going around the town. So they're just kind of a drawing and an image depiction of the same things. So this 30-foot deep lake that was formed in California's Central Valley was 300 by 20 miles long, which caused towns and farms to be completely wiped out and off the map. And this also caused 200,000 of 800,000 cattle here in California to be drowned, which was 25% of the state's cattle. This caused its own issues, but also for the next 20 years, California was thrown into a tremendously dry drought. And I just thought it was interesting that after 43 days of rain, you can just be hit with 20 years of dryness. And that concludes my presentation. Here are my sources. Thank you so much for this opportunity to present. And yeah, thank you.